Racing League Tier 1. We're in Austria this weekend, and I've got Nico John here with me in the booth. How are you doing today, Nico?
Hey, Tack. Yeah, I'm good. Excited for this one. Austria's usually a fun race, lots of battles. Most people seem to enjoy this track, so expect it to be a great race.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. It's a very smooth circuit, to say the least. Lots of
Well, I mean,
go ahead.
no, I mean they officially it's 10 corners, isn't it? But I think turn 2, and 2 or 3 of those are more just like kinks in the road. So it's a short lap, a few corners, get them all right, and you've got yourself a fast lap time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's got a good combination of the high speed corners and the straights. There's not very many low speed corners, just a handful, but most of them lead straight onto those long straights. So
Yeah, well, I mean, like we were talking before the broadcast, that turn 3, which is really the second corner, the hairpin can be a tricky one. Lots of time to be gained and lost there.
sure.
And it looks like the first cars are just leaving the pits now. Maybe the Haas of Rusty or Spoolin is at the front. No, Rusty.
See if we can get on board there.
It looks like a dry quali, and assuming it's a dry race and they've got their dry setups, I'd be expecting a pole, maybe the low to mid 103s.
Yeah, I think that's where we see most drivers in this league will put in. We actually had some in the mid 103s in Tier 2 last season.
Yeah. I wonder with the patch though if that's if we're now a little bit slower.
Yeah, I think so.
Update. Why don't you take us around a lap of Austria with Rusty just as he starts his lap?
Alrighty. So Rusty's going to come out of here at the bottom of the hill. Going to try to stay off those curbs. You don't want track limits. You want to take as much as you can. Going on the straight here. Braking just right after the 100 board. Drops it into 4th gear. Take a little bit of curb on both sides. Try not to invalidate. Now we go down the long straight here into, quote, turn 2. Not much of a turn, as we've said. Coming up to turn 3, is going to brake right here just after the 100. This corner's a little tricky. It's hard to get the power down. So we see Rusty jumping straight up into 3rd gear to get smooth traction on the way out. Hit the DRS, and you just hold it flat all the way here. Coming up to a tricky braking zone because it's downhill. Brakes at about the 100. Drop to 3rd gear. Keep it tight. Quick upshift to 4th. And carry himself up the hill. Yep. Now this corner can be a little tricky because it's a blind over the hill. If you get your braking and your turn in right, you can get a lot of speed through here in this fast section. You want to use up as much of these curbs as you can without taking the track limits, which it looks like Rusty's done that pretty well. Coming down here, fast little double right-hander, over the curb, stay off the left side, climb through the gears, get across the line with a 106.1. So
He's very conservative on that last corner, I think, obviously. And I understand, because you don't want to do a great lap and then invalidate it on the last one, because A, you lose that lap, B, you can't do another one, because you invalidate the next lap as well. So that final corner's a real tough mistress.
Yeah, it's really tricky through there, for sure, to get it just right.
So lots of time starting to fly in now. Frosty at the moment, provisional pole with a 104.7. Just beaten by Cheryl Shaft in the Williams of a 104.6. Deno in the Alpine.
Let's see, who are we about to have cross? Oscar, we hop on board just as he sets a 104.066. So we'll definitely be down in those 103s. Let's see who else we're going to have.
Barenko Light just about to set a time of 105.0. Destroyer with a 104.9 on the mediums.
Let's see if we can find some action.
Cool there.
Yeah, the medium tire. Oh, I'm not too sure. I think you can get some speed out of it for sure, but I think the softs reign supreme when it comes to lap time here.
Yeah, definitely. But the medium's a good race tire, I find, on this track. Tyre wear's probably not as significant here as some of the other tracks on the calendar. A relatively simple one-stop, assuming all things are equal.
So I'm on board with Ankbank here, coming up around the top of the hill with the blind left-hander. Just now dipping in through Sector 3. Let's see how Ankbank can finish off this lap.
He's our current Tier 1 leader, so he'll be hoping to get it right near the front.
Yeah, he's currently got a decent lead over Yuppie. 222 to 174, so a solid lead and a solid second place in qualifying for now. I think we'll see these guys speed up as the track weather's in, though, or rubber's in, per se.
I'd expect them to get into the threes for sure. I mean, Oscar, we saw him in Monaco, where I think he was just dominant, so we know he's got pace for sure. Ankbank's been very consistent. Yuppie down in 11th. On the medium tyre, I'm not sure if he's just put that on in the pits or that was what he set his time on.
Let's see. The way I've got the menu set here, it should show the fastest tire, which I believe is the mediums then.
I'm just on board with JH, who's trying to set a new, unless it's his in-lap. No, it could be his in-lap.
So Ankbank, I think, is going for a second flyer. He's gone around the track with some gusto and missed the pit lane. So we'll see if Ankbank can improve. Wasn't satisfied with the 104.2. And doesn't improve. Just slower by about a tenth. Let's hop on board with JH. We've got word from the pit lane that it is going to be dry all the way for this race. So I believe Premier had some rain. It looks like we'll be dry all the way here. JH is aborted. Who else is out fast?
I think Spoolin's on a lap.
Let's see. I think Alibata just started.
No.
So we've got Alibata on board here.
Yet to set a time.
Yeah, just waiting, letting the other drivers go through and get the track set up for him, I'm sure.
So with a dry race, I'm expecting a lot of very close battles. It's one of those tracks where you've seen people, spend 30 laps within a second of each other.
Oh yeah, and you can go side by side here for a good chunk of the track.
Yeah, plenty of overtaking opportunities. Should be. I think we're set for a great race tack.
I think so. I think we'll have another thriller, just like Baku, our last comms. Alibata a little wide there on the last corner. That'll hurt the lap time for sure. Yeah, only 11th with a 104.9. Still faster than what I can put in though, so good to Alibata. Let's see, Grumpy's going to come across the line here, it looks like. I think this is an outlap, so we'll get to see Grumpy. Yeah, we'll get to see a fresh lap from Grumpy here.
A lot of cars on track at the moment.
Yeah, just about everybody, I believe.
Deno crossing the line, but he's invalidated. Whether he'll think he'll go again.
As long as it wasn't in that last corner, I think you'd have to try. So to clear up a little confusion, just for any viewers, you'll see Suzuki's on the intermediate tire with 0 laps. Suzuki is currently serving a qualifying ban for an incident in a previous race, so actually I believe it's penalty points. So for this, the drivers will go out.
Penalty points, yeah.
Yeah, they'll do an out lap so they can take their setup into the race and not put in a time. So Grumpy putting in a 105.182. And looks like he's going for another. No, it's invalidated. Grumpy will give up on this one.
It's so easy to do here, which makes me think that penalties might play a big part in final positions at the end of the race.
Mm-hmm.
They can easily stack up turn 1, the last turn, coming around that middle sector, just running a little wide on the exit. People who can keep it clean will definitely gain the benefit at the end.
So let's see. Who else is out on a flyer? Maybe an Alpha, one of the AlphaTauris? Yeah, it looked like Oscar's scooting around the track, just put in a best sector 2, a session best. So we'll see if he can extend his provisional pole. Oh, slides a little bit on the penultimate corner. Keeping a foot in. Let's see. Does improve, drops into the 103s. Great lap from Oscar.
Great lap.
Let's see, who will be next? Got Barenko Light, I believe a reserve coming across the line. Improves just a little bit, but not enough for position. So is anybody
about to set his first lap? Stevie's just about to settle. He's kept it in the limits there. Power to the line.
Stevie.
105.1. He's a quick driver. I think he'll be expecting to go quicker than that.
Yeah, I think maybe just finding his feet. Rusty being courteous, getting all the way over on the grass for him.
Wow, all the way over. Just needs to be careful, because the game can be a little temperamental, that it disqualifies you for being stopped or turning round, which they call going backwards.
Yeah.
I'm on with Cher, who looks like he's trying to improve his time. Currently top 5. We know he's got pace. Very good driver in the Williams car, looking splendid on track today.
Yeah. Yeah, Cher fast and quality, but
attack.
Oh, nothing. Just your British pride showing through. Although that's a Williams, it's invalidated the time.
He's invalidated it, yeah.
Put a little bit of English. Yeah, put a little bit of English rain on your parade.
Yeah.
Let's see. Who else do we have out? There's a blue car.
Ank's just set a purple sector 1.
Yeah, okay. So Ank's got something entertaining for us. Let's see. Yeah, a tenth quicker.
Turn 4. Such a difficult. I feel like there's a lot of different lines you can take through turn 4.
I would agree.
Sure, which is the best one?
No,
hard to 4. Interesting.
Yeah, I think
purple sector 2 as well.
You do that, you can get a little bit extra rotation through there, and sometimes that means more than keeping your speed up if you get the wrong line.
Tucking it in, interesting. I tend to be down into 5th and then dancing on the edges of the lines, but he's made it through. And he does improve by 2/10, but can't move up position.
Not enough to catch Oscar. So it looks like his teammate Ali Bada is also out on a flying lap.
Look at the McLarens, 2 and 3. They'll be very happy with that.
Oh, I bet. They're currently leading the Constructors' Championship by around 30 points over Aston Martin. So, definitely anything they can do to keep the speed up. Now, it looks like Cher Shaft has moved ahead of Alibada in the time that we looked away.
So he invalidated, so he did an extra lap.
Okay. Alibada takes it right back.
By a 10th. Oh. Very close there. Look, from 3rd down to, well, I'd say 13th. There's 3/10 in it.
So Bank.
If you just stop for a moment and imagine how long 3/10 of a second is. No, it's nothing. Over a lap, whenever you stop and think about it, it's incredible.
Oh yeah, yeah. The speed and precision that we've achieved in Formula One is amazing. Rusty has retired. I believe that's in the pits, though. I don't believe that's on track retirement. Who else can we follow along with here?
I think Grumpy is. He's invalidated. Things not going well for the Grumpy Cat.
Trying to catch with.
He's got pace.
Monkey Pill starting a lap here.
I mean, Grumpy's one of those that maybe his one lap pace isn't going to put him on the front row, but you know that over the course of the race, he'll be consistent, he'll be clean, and I expect him to get a comfortable top 10 finish.
Right. Well, I was rattling through some stats over a race last season, and Grumpy was the only driver, I believe, in all of PRL to start and finish every race up to that point, and I think we were 2/3 of the way through the season. So, consistent with attendance, consistent with race performance, and sometimes that's all you need to be a champion.
He is Tier 2 champ. Just looking, there's a few Tier 2 alumni. Mr. Hex reserving, Monkey Pill, who was, I think, runner-up or third last year in Tier 2.
Yep.
Yuppie, who was Season 1 Tier 2 champion. Spoolin. And I know Disgruntled as well. Great, a lot of great drivers come out of Tier 2, Tack.
Yeah, I agree. I'd say there's probably some great drivers still in Tier 2.
Oh, hey.
They just haven't developed yet. Let's see, Spool and Dub looks like about to set.
He's entering Sector 3. He'll be looking to improve on that 105. He's 3.5 tenths up on his previous best.
We've jumped on board
Flying
here.
Down to the last two. Keeps it clean.
Yeah, those corners looked good. Jumped up 7 spots.
5.5 tenth improvement.
It's pretty good from the old man himself.
Life in the old dog. Yeah. Oh, nearly collided there with, I think that was Spoolin coming through. Stevie.
Yep. So we're coming down to the last few minutes.
Yeah.
Of quality, actually less than a minute remaining, so let's see if we can figure out who's going to be our first across here. I believe
Spoolin jumps in the pits. It looks like a Alfa Romeo coming up. Barenko. He's over a second, but he's well off his time.
I've hopped on with Oscar. Oscar has invalidated, so that's no good. What about Ank? Ank's on his outlap. Alibaba hasn't even left the pits. Who's the Mercedes? Is that Yuppie?
Looks like Disgruntled going in.
Oh, okay.
Yuppie's only on the outlap.
Yeah, so we've got Oscar, Yuppie, and... Well, no, Oscar invalidated. So Oscar on a fresh lap, Yuppie on a fresh lap. I believe Ank Bank behind on a fresh lap. Who's that Ferrari? Destroyer? No, Destroyer's pulled off to the side.
Grumpy. Jesper about to cross... No, he's invalidated. Tambar's invalidated. A lot of invalidations.
Yep. So who's that we're going to have?
Last lap, isn't it? You just push it because why not? And then... so easy to do.
So it looks like Barenko is about to come across. No, out of fuel. And invalidated. So that means Stevie. Moving up to third place. It's going to be our next here across the line.
And just behind him is Oscar, who is now on a valid one.
Stevie's given up on this one, it looks like. So we'll hop on with Oscar. Keeps it in the limits.
Corner. I don't think he's going to improve. Oh, he does by a tenth. Great lap.
Let's see. Can we catch Yuppie coming across the line? I think that's about it. Who else do we have out? I think that's Quali.
That's Quali.
I think we've got them all.
Shout out to Mr. Hex. Last minute reserve, tier 2, up in P6. Great drive. spooling P11. Interesting to see what the bottom guys do on the tyre strategy.
Yeah, tires. It's about time for tire chat, wouldn't you say?
Always a good time for tyre chat.
So what? Well, let's see. Are we allowed to discuss it? I think we have to wait till after formation.
Wait till, I don't know if there is a formation lap actually today.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'll just run through quickly the qualifying order. Oscar in the AlphaTauri number 1, Ankbank number 2, there's the front row, Stevie and Alabata on the second row, Cher and Mr. Hex on the third row, Monkey and Frosty on the fourth row, and Yuppie and Grumpy on the fifth row, old adversaries. And then the bottom, we've got Spoolin 11, Destroyer 12, Jesper 13, Barenko 14, Tambar 15, Deno 16, JH 17, Rusty 18, Disgruntled 19, and Suzuki, who we know is very fast, starting P20 because of a qualifying ban. I think it was an accumulation of incidents for Suzuki. Very fast, but he does like to little kisses during safety cars and things like that. Adds up over a season.
Yep, I think you hit the nail on the head. So, as is standard here in PRL, we'll take a quick 2-minute break, allowing the drivers to set their strategies and the commentators to catch their breath. And we will be right back with you when the lights go out.
I'll be back in 1 second, sir.
Alright, so 10 seconds here to the grid. Again, we're going to have a dry race today, and we're looking for quite a thriller. Close battles up and down, and a championship that's within arm's reach for Yuppie. So,
here we go.
Here we're getting started, and they're already away.
Decent start by Oscar, but Ankbank flies through.
It's like, oh, there's a Ferrari spun. Grumpy has retired out from the session. Oh, and a massive accident here. Just caught on the front straight. 4 cars involved. There's an Alpine, a Ferrari, an AlphaTauri, and it looks to be maybe an Aston Martin back there. Bodywork all over the track.
We've lost 3 cars.
Wow. Not great for the Ferraris. Let's hop back up to the front here with Ankbank. And there's a virtual safety car. Yeah.
Wow.
And it's upgraded to a full.
JH has left the session. I wonder if I can invite him. I'm not sure if
So a brilliant start from Ank Bank. Unfortunate for Grumpy, and then for Deno, Jesper, Tambar, and Destroyer getting tangled up going through the straight there. I suppose that turn 2 ended up becoming more of a turn than imagined for those drivers. Just didn't respect the corners.
And I think we're going to upgrade to a full safety.
Yes, we have.
Car. So I expect to see a few of them dive into the pits.
So let's see. So it's worth noting all of the braking boards up to turn 1 have been destroyed. As Mr. Hex goes backwards. For some of these drivers, that's not as big of an issue, but for those that drive without the racing line, that changes the face of the race for them.
That's a good point. It's good to have permanent brake markers, isn't it? But I don't have them for this track actually. So
I don't have them for turn 1. I do have one for the top of the hill that they'll be coming around to here in just a minute, because that braking board has gone missing for me, and I rely on it heavily.
It's by the safety car sign, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And the rest of them are kind of by feel, actually, the last ones.
Yeah, most of these corners you can kind of feel for it by looking at the inside curb.
The 50 there, yeah, okay, that's going to be.
But,
So what have we got for movers and shakers in that first...
Let's pull it up. So our heroes on lap 2 will be Rusty and Disgruntled, up 7 positions each.
Wow.
So great for them. The zeros, I'm going to have to go with the 3 drivers that have already fallen off. Tambar, Destroyer, and Grumpy.
Mr.
Just
Hex
not
down 9 as well.
Yeah, Mr. Hex, big drop off from qualifying. Just not a Ferrari day.
And just keep an eye on Suzuki. Up to 14th from last. I wouldn't be surprised if he continues to make inroads towards the top there.
Let's see if we can get an idea. We haven't gone through the tires yet. So we've got the top 8 all on soft tires, brand new from the looks of it. And 9 through 14 are all on mediums. Mr. Hex on the softs in 15. Of course, he just spun from the top, so...
He was top 10, yeah, and Grumpy. So it looks like everyone outside the top 10 have chosen to start on the mediums. It should be a relatively simple soft medium or medium soft.
Yeah, the soft tires here are strong, but not for a long amount of time. So...
Yeah, they do drop off, but you could probably get, 15 on the softs and then 21 on the mediums, something like that.
Perhaps late in the race, yes. From the practice that I've done, 15 on the softs is a stretch, but maybe if you're running on a little bit lower fuel.
Perhaps. Well, I think with the coasting off, with the safety cars, I think there's going to be opportunity. I think you've got to be able to adjust, overcome, and adapt and overcome. I think is the phrase to be able to come up with your policy on the fly.
Right. So here we go, getting ready to go back to green flag racing. I think Ankbank has gone.
He's backed them up, and there he goes.
Yep. So pretty good start after the safety car. Looks like everybody getting out just fine. JH has pinged me for an invite, so let me see if I can help him out real quickly. Okay. Alright. Well, it's a little late. Alright, I've backed out of it. Okay, we're back. I'm back watching, so... looks like...
Stevie get past Cher. They're battling through the corner.
We're following it. Keeping it good and tight. It looks like Stevie might have it done. And Frosty coming up behind Cher, looking to make it 2 down for Cher.
He's right on his tail though.
See if we can ride on board here.
And it looks like Oscar and Ankbank have pulled away a little bit from the pack. Those two will be battling.
Yeah, they've driven off into a world of their own here.
as Yuppie joins the back of that Frosty, Cher, Stevie train. And Monkey Pill not behind him, not far behind him.
Let's see.
Really unfortunate for Destroyer. I think he didn't last very long in France either, and we know he's got pace. Lost all my intervals.
As have I. So, know that the drivers are all separated by some amount of time currently. Some less than others. And we'll try to keep up with which is which. It does look like Mr. Hex here getting up on Rusty. Got those soft on the medium tires, but we'll see if Rusty can maybe pull away. Frosty's retired. See if we can see it here from Mr. Hex's POV. Looks like off to the left side of the track. So maybe he's ran up and we've already got another safety car. So, will we see anybody dive in?
I think we might do.
Disgruntled, it looks like.
Headed in.
Yep. At the back of the pack, might as well. Let's see if we can get a broadcast view. No, not much is changing here. We'll see if he gets a new wing. No, doesn't look like any damage. Just looking for a fresh set of medium tires.
Fresh set of medium? Oh, is he? Yeah.
Alright.
Suzuki up to P10. Telling you, watch that boy.
Suzuki's on one, yeah?
Yeah.
Let's see.
I actually did a little practice with him the other day, and he was rapido. So 6 laps in, 4 cars down. How many are going to finish, Tack?
This track is. You would think, as open as it is, it would be difficult to lose a good amount of cars, but I've seen guys go off up at turn 3 and spin all the way around.
Sorry to interrupt you. Something's happened. Oscar's down in 4th. Alibata and Stevie have got past him. Whether he had a spin under the safety and it let the cars through.
I think we have. I hopped on. I saw that drop down. I hopped on with Oscar and didn't see anything of interest. But
only Mr. Hex has pitted. The rest of them decided to stay out. Those soft runners, who must be sort of halfway through their tyre life, have decided to keep going. Perhaps thinking that there's going to be another opportunity, another safety to make the change a little later on.
At this rate, perhaps. But maybe a good move here by Mr. Hex. I mean, he's on the medium tires that are younger than all the other medium tire runners, and all the soft runners are going to have to pit soon. So,
sure,
it could be a good opportunity.
I don't think he can get them to the end, though, can he?
No.
I think he'll struggle. But you can get maybe near the end and then put strap a pair of red boots on to get to the end.
If he can get a couple more safety car periods, I think maybe 2 or 3 more safety cars, which is quite a bit. But I think that might allow him to get those to the end. But yeah, with green flag racing, no, I don't think he could take him to the end from here.
No. We've got a penalty for disgruntled, 3 seconds. That must be track limits. Again, I think that's another thing to keep an eye on, because they will stack up over the course of the Grand Prix.
Yeah, the track limit's a little too easy to hit here. So we have a Haas going in. Is that Spulin? Yeah. So Spulin deciding to come in. I'm not sure if there's maybe damage there, and that's the motivation. No, it doesn't appear to be any damage. Huh? Just decided a new set of mediums was for him.
JH is back in the session, which is good.
Yep, we love to see it.
Love to see the Williams cars doing well. Wait, what? Come on. No bias in the commentary booth, please. But we all know Sharon Chaff and JH are probably the best 2 drivers in the tier.
In the tier, maybe not just the league.
Rusty and JH had a little bit of shenanigans there in turn 1. Sorry, turn 3. It looks like it's okay. No contact, no penalties, no harm, no foul. Safety car in this lap.
Apparently Rusty does not appreciate that beautiful Williams car as much as you do.
His loss.
Alright, so we're on board with Ankbank here for the restart.
And he knows he's quicker than his teammate Alibata. He can get a good start, and maybe Ale obviously going as fast as he can, but also perhaps holding up Oscar, Stevie behind him can allow Ank to get a bit of a gap to the pack.
Yeah, that would be ideal for Ankbank. And looks like Ankbank's already taken off. Maybe Alibata holding back a little bit. Stevie already hitting the track limits, but right on Alibata's tail. Not going to make the move this time, but might get a good slipstream down the straight. Let's see how well Alibata can hold him back here.
Everyone through turn one. Oh, Mr. Hex had a little incident, but everyone through turn one clean enough.
Stevie going to go for it in turn 3, and he's going to get it too. Dropping back behind Alibata, but we've got another straight here. Maybe Alibata will try to get in the slipstream? No. Alibata going to hold on his racing line.
Oscar's right on Ale now.
We'll drop back and check this out. Oh yeah, good exit out of there for Oscar. He's got the ERS to make something happen too. He's just got to keep it close through these high-speed corners here where you really need that downforce. Looks like Deno falling back. Maybe a little battle here. Deno falling way back. Looks like a spin. Yep. We'll hop on with Oscar. Going
for it.
I think he's got that one. Yeah, no problems there. So now Oscar moving on to tackle Stevie. Doesn't have DRS yet.
Ank's put over 1.5 seconds between him and the...
Looks like another spin from, I believe, Mr. Hex. Turn 1 just not kind to him.
Cher gets past Yuppie? Or maybe that was not, I'm not sure, but...
Let's see if we can get with them.
Tail.
Yep, Yuppie not quite getting there in time. Who else do we have here?
Drivers for sure, Yuppie. Very consistent, very fast.
Yep. So we've got on board with Suzuki, who is up to 8th. You're 100% in saying he's one to watch. And looks like Suzuki wants a piece of monkey pill on this one.
Yeah.
Let's see what he can do on the main straight. Looks like an Aston Martin. Yep.
DRS
spinner back there.
Good exit. Moves to the inside. I don't think he's going to be close enough.
No, not going to get it here. Maybe on the next. Monkey's on the 10-lap-old softs. Suzuki's got 10-lap mediums.
Sorry, I'm just on with Oscar and Stevie, who are battling it out for that second place. Stevie ran a little wide on the exit, which kind of closed Oscar off, but nothing too bad.
Yeah, looks like Alibata getting in on it too. So Alibata, Oscar, and Stevie here. All three of them going for the... fighting for that second place position.
Suzuki's up to Yuppie's gearbox. Suzuki's the leader of the medium. We're probably at the crossover, aren't we, where the mediums now, I imagine, will be as quick as the softs, if not quicker.
Yeah, I would say you're right on that. Definitely going to start feeling the effects of the tire wear here on the softs.
Well, Oscar, Stevie, Alibata 3 wide into turn 3.
Oh, getting just a piece of it from Suzuki's point of view.
A little bit of wheel banging.
See if we can jump up to Cher Shaft here. Cher Shaft's got a great view of all this going on. And he's hoping to see an incident that doesn't involve himself.
Yeah. When you see this behind you, you can't help but smile. You're hoping.
Ooh, Oscar penalty there. Got a little wheel bangy with Alibata there. Sheriff Shaft getting into Alibaba a little bit.
Yeah.
Hopefully no wing damage there.
We can hope. And look at that, Ankbank 3.8 seconds clear, and 2 and 3 both have penalties.
Oh yeah.
He's loving life.
Ankbank's decided to let these guys battle it out for themselves. He's going to go on and take the win.
Yeah. Monkey picks up a penalty.
Let's see if we can jump up to Alibaba now. Sheriff Shaft's fallen off that battle just a little. So Stevie and Oscar are still going at it. Let's get up over with Stevie here, as he's going into the inside. Oscar's going to drop back. Oscar's effectively out of the ERS, so maybe needs to charge up a little bit and can get something done on the main straight.
Yeah, he'll have the DRS on Stevie. I just saw Spoolin get past JH with a nice move on the straight there.
Yeah, Spoolin on 8-lap younger medium tires. Yeah, Oscar not quite close enough to get something done on Stevie here. He's going to have to charge that to ERS. We'll see here. They'll both have the DRS. Suzuki's pushing with his ERS. Yep, he's got the old soft tires. I think Suzuki might be able to make something happen. Maybe on the next run through. Car's really tight going through turn 3. Lots of bump in there.
Looks like Stevie ran wide, which is going to let Ali batter. He's gone for it. Inside of turn 4.
Hard to tell who to watch here. We've got it's got like 10 cars covered by a second and a half. Yeah. About 2 seconds covering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars.
Yeah.
So lots going on here.
And all the while, Agbank's out front, enjoying a croissant and an espresso.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
Alright, so we're seeing a bunch of soft guys pit in. Suzuki coming in as well. Suzuki's got 13-lap mediums. Maybe it's a strategy decision, you know? We'll see what Suzuki puts on here.
Did he? Yeah, he's putting a new front wing as well.
Okay, so a little bit of contact with the cars running so close.
Yeah, he may have tapped the back of someone.
So, I think critically, let's see if we can catch up with them here. This looks like Oscar's now been freed up to chase down Ankbank. Got a little bit of contact. Yeah. Looks like Barenko maybe with a spin up at the top of the hill, turn 3 there. So, let's see who has what penalties here. Looks like a lot of 3-second track limit penalties for Oscar, who's sideways coming into the pits. Keeps it under wraps, but that's going to cost him a little bit of time in the race here. Always entertaining, these AlphaTauris. Let's see who we've got coming in for... Looks like most of the top 8 coming in.
Yeah.
To get fresh tires, all going on to mediums.
So JH leads. Spoolin is a lot younger tires. Thought about a move, but aborted. So all DRS though.
All these guys who just pitted for the medium tires, they can go the rest of the way. The mediums will go about 20 laps, and they're still within a relatively decent time window. So that'll be good on them. Barenko coming in for soft tires. Maybe planning a double soft stint there.
Yeah. Or a glitch. He's made a mistake.
Perhaps.
I wonder if Spoolin... I don't think he'll be able to finish on these mediums.
No, I don't think so. Not without a couple safety cars. And even then, the tires will be a lot slower compared to the ones behind him.
Yeah, exactly. into turn 1. Needs a good exit. DRS. I think he should get past.
Yeah, I think he's got this move here.
Yeah.
Alright, somebody pick up a fastest lap and then spool and follow it with a track limits penalty, it looks like.
Yeah, Ank's not far behind these guys already.
Looks like JH just pulled a move on spooling, which we missed. These two continuing to battle.
Yeah, which is, I don't think it's the best thing for either of them, to be honest.
No, probably not.
It's hard. I mean, it looks like Spooling's managed to get clear now. Well, JH is struggling a little bit.
Yeah, JH is probably going to need to come in here, and I think he is. Yep.
Yeah. But if he started on the mediums, he can't go to the mediums unless he's doing a soft. Because the softs won't get there, I don't think.
No. Let's see what he fits. Looks like another incident here in Sector 3. Jesper going slow.
Disgruntled, yeah.
Disgruntled, and maybe Barenko getting into it as well. Now, Barenko doesn't appear to have any damage. Continuing on. So. Mr. Hex having a stroke. Oh, very close there between Barenko and Mr. Hex. Mr. Hex looks like maybe missing a front left wing plate? Yeah. Missing an end plate up there, so must have somehow missed the pits. Maybe that end plate held him from being able to get in. Disgruntled coming in.
Pits. Yeah.
Looking to fix up the damage there. Oscar picking up another penalty. That's not going to help him win this race. Achieving now 6 seconds worth of penalties.
Stevie as well. Just picks up one.
So who else do we have
Stevie and Oscar
fighting
6
here?
seconds. Yeah, that's going to be difficult.
Looks like Yuppie really wanting to take advantage here. On Oscar. Might be able to get a little DRS here. Oscar won't have any on Deno. A little too far out there. Running about the same age mediums, so these two should be able to keep it close. Mr. Hex back into the pits.
Yeah, it looks like Suzuki and Alabata is the closest battle on track, both on fresh mediums. Suzuki will need to stop again, I think, because he started on the mediums, so you do need to use 2 different tyre compounds. I guess he goes these near the end and sticks on some softs, trying to get some positions in a fastest lap.
Yeah, I would say that's what he's looking for here. Now when Spoolin and Deno pit, I'm going for the move here right at the inside.
Oh, Deno spins.
Yep, holding
coming
to the
out of the
inside
hairpin,
there.
turn 3. That's a shame. Which led Suzuki past, and Alabata.
Alibata cruising by.
Yeah.
Almost couldn't get it stopped at the bottom of the hill. Suzuki's going to fight him.
Lap old mediums. No wonder he's struggling for a bit of grip.
Suzuki takes it back on Alibata. Alibata's just got 1 lap fresher on the mediums, which I don't think right now is going to make a difference. It could later in the race, but for now, these two are basically even matched in tires. Getting a little loose there.
Oh, Hank picks up a penalty. Which the Yuppie will be pleased to see. He's over 3 seconds behind him at the moment.
Yeah, Yuppie, the driver in the best position without any penalties here. And getting close to Oscar on track. And Spulin will pit. So Yuppie is effectively in second place at the moment. And those tires can finish this race. So let's see who else we have out here battling. Looks like Deno going for one on Barenko, getting the move done here on the straight. Can he get it stopped? Yes, he can.
Fresh tires.
Now his softs going 14 laps. That's gonna be a struggle, but I think it can be done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Less fuel as well at the end of the race.
So Suzuki picking up more penalties as well. That won't help his charge through the grid, but it's only 3 seconds, and most drivers already have 3, if not more, so... Let's get back on board with Yuppie here.
Well, Ank will be looking to get past Spooling on his old mediums.
Yeah, I wouldn't think that would be too much of a challenge. Oh, we've got a Aston Martin off the road here. Jesper, yeah. See if we could maybe see it from... No, he's already continued.
He's back going. Again, 18 lap medium, so... Easy to do once the... I think you need a coffee or an espresso there, Tack.
Yeah, maybe so. I partied a little too hard last night.
There we go. Ant gets through. With the help of the DRS. Round that tricky hairpin. And I think he'll drive off into the distance.
We'll see here Alibata trying to get up on Suzuki. Actually, we've got Share Shaft getting a little bit close on Stevie, so let's tune into this. Running a little wide here at the top of the hill. And that costs you more time than you would think.
Yeah.
And Share
These guys
Shaft
are so evenly matched, aren't they? Yuppie, Stevie, Share. You know, it's a great battle.
Oh yeah, running in formation.
Having the extra, the more tiers I suppose you have, the closer the racing can be, and the middle tier is always going to be the closest because you don't have the tail enders or the freaks at the front. So yeah, great. Tier 1's always great battling, very close.
Certainly one way to put it. Let's see, Share Shaft. I think he's going to try to get a good exit here on Stevie. He's pulling all the ERS and the DRS, but I think he's a little too far behind to get Stevie here.
He's got 70-odd% of ERS and Stevie's flashing, so he knows he's got him.
Yeah. Looks like Oscar got on Spoolin, but I'm surprised we haven't seen Spoolin take to the pits yet. Maybe taking those mediums just as far as possible and then gonna swap them for softs.
And yeah, got a bit loose on the exit there. Yeah, I think he'll stick a pair of softs on any moment now and then try and fly to the end.
Spoolin, another T2 alumni.
Oh yeah. Rusty joins the party. So it's just Yuppie and Alibata now who've managed to avoid the penalties.
Share Shaft here, making a move on Stevie, getting it done into turn 3.
And neither of them get the DRS.
Huh. Odd.
Not sure how that worked itself out. But...
So I've got Yuppie here trying to make some moves here on Spoolin and Oscar. We'll probably Spoolin first, Oscar maybe a little later. And Spoolin off to the side.
3.2 seconds behind Ank with that 3-second penalty for Ank. So At the moment, Ank is just about in net P1. 3.8, yeah. Yuppie needs to try and close that down, and it's going the wrong way.
Yeah. Well, he's no longer got Spoolin in front of him, so that will help. Yuppie's just got to get his head down and run his race.
He's managed to put a little bit of gap between Cher and Stevie behind him, so...
Of course, I think Ankbank can probably classify as one of those freaks at the front, as you've put it.
Well, yeah. I was talking like the guys at the top of Premier and the guys at the bottom of Tier 2. You get a lot of... There's room for, you know, more extreme... And then everyone in the middle is so tightly packed.
Right.
But yeah, I think was it you and I in Baku where Ankbank was comfortable, and then on his last lap or penultimate lap he did himself a mischief, spun it round and gave away the win, I think.
Yeah.
If my failing memory serves me today.
You know, there's no one to argue it, so. Austria getting a little loose there.
It's true.
That's right. So Yuppie continuing to drop back. Maybe just cannot quite keep pace with these two up here at the top of T1.
And it looks like Stevie and Cher is the closest on track.
Let's see if we can drop back and catch that. Issues in Sector 1. Looks like maybe Jesper's put it round at T1. You have to be so careful here. You spin on a corner once and it really gets into your head. So you kind of tiptoe around it. You don't take it confidently and it usually results in a second spin.
Yeah. And the other problem, of course, is that the spin itself, and especially if you end the spin backwards and need to do a little on-track pirouette, you light the tyres up, and for the next, lap almost, you feel like you've got no grip. You're on ice because there's no the tyres are just on fire and can't help.
So Suzuki stopping in the pits, getting onto the soft tyres. Was last, is now going to come out 9th? Yeah, looks like it. Unless JH has anything to say about it. Yeah, JH will get him as well.
Passed. Yeah.
But now Suzuki's got fresh tyres.
I think Suzuki will be rapid to the end now. Just 8 laps.
Ooh, looks like... Oh, Stevie is out. Looks like we kind of missed it, but we can see it from maybe Monkey's point of view.
Oh, yeah.
Cher sapped off to the side too. Yep, safety car out. Stevie off to the left there. I wonder if had contact maybe with Alibata. Let's see if we can see maybe a broadcast view for damage. Alibata's car looks okay. How about Yuppie? Yuppie's going to dive into the pits here. So you think Yuppie move into soft tires? I don't know if this is what I would do.
Well, it's a tricky one. Overtaking is possible. If he gets out in a good position, fresh softs, they've all pitted. Ank, Oscar, Yuppie, Alibata, Cher, Monkey.
Yeah, everybody making the move.
He's got his fresh top. He passed. It will have worked out nicely for Spoolin, who goes up into P4.
Yeah, and those soft tires will hold him. I guess Yuppie kind of had to pit, because if he hadn't, the guys who were in front of him would now be behind him, but on fresh softs with Yuppie on half-decent mediums. So that's not a winning battle there.
And I don't know if Oscar didn't have a pair or made a mistake, but he's put mediums on, which is a strange choice.
Yeah, I may have just...
Even a used pair of softs would have been better than fresh mediums, I think. Even because it's only 7-8 laps that, even if they're 10% worn, they'd get to the end.
Yeah, that's true. I think I might have to disagree with you on that one. I really think that the medium tires here are good and competitive from freshness to maybe 5 or 6 on age. So I think if you start with 5 to 6 on age, I think the guys behind you are going to swamp you.
Yeah.
And this track is open enough, you can't... Making the car wide will only help so much here.
Yeah, if the car behind's faster, they're likely to get through. So everybody apart from Spoolin and Deno didn't pit either.
That was quite philosophical from you there. If the car behind is faster, they will probably get through.
Hey, that's why they pay me the big bucks for these sorts of insights.
Yeah, that's the kind of analysis that only Nico John can provide there.
This is a deep dive.
So, Yuppie is still in a good spot because Ankbank has 3 seconds penalties, Oscar 6, and Spoolin 3. So...
Yuppie and Alabata will really
Mr. Hex has just retired. Sorry to interrupt, but Mr. Hex, I guess, has maybe spun and put it into a wall? Not really sure that we can see what's going on here. Maybe Ankbank can give us a view if he gets there in time.
It's there, yeah, coming out of there.
No, we won't be able to see it.
He's gone.
Yeah, it's been a troublesome race for Mr. Hex. He's had a few spinners. Just really all around has not been a great feeling race for him. So
no, it's unfortunate because he qualified really well.
Yeah,
and we've seen in Tier 2 that he can be very quick over a lap. Maybe just trying to put it all together for the full Grand Prix, the next challenge for him.
Yeah, but as a reserve here, that's not going to affect his championship too much. So if anything, it was just a good show of his performance. So we're about to go back green here. We've got 6 laps. We'll have, I guess, 5 laps remaining when they are released. When Ankbank decides to go. Ankbank's going to hold him maybe all the way down to the last corner here. Yeah. Ankbank not letting him go quite yet. There he's gone.
There he's gone. Oscar got a good start though. Spoolin's dropped back attack. So Spoolin's got the 4-lap mediums. Yuppie, Suzuki, Alabata behind him, all with fresher mediums. Soft, sorry. So it'll be interesting to see if Spoolin can hold on.
Yeah, looks like Suzuki giving Yuppie some issues here. Gonna go up the inside. Suzuki is not gonna make it happen, but maybe.
Not quite.
So hard to tell here. Let's see if we can ride on board. Yuppie with a little lock there, but nothing too drastic.
Oscar has taken the lead
on those medium tires.
Being on the mediums is a massive mistake. Is looking is not looking the smartest of comments.
Ankbank is out of ERS. He's over deployed for this lap. Really was trying to keep Oscar behind there and just didn't play out. And Oscar taking a fastest lap. Now Oscar needs to run away on this one because he's got 6 seconds of penalties.
He's got an extra one, hasn't he? Yeah.
So he really needs to do what he can to put the space there between himself and Ankbank. And with Ankbank being on 2-lap-old softs, I don't know if that's going to be possible for Oscar to put that big of a gap.
Yuppie just had a look at Spoolin. Monkey and Cher are
side by side.
Deno, Monkey. Deno's come through and has got past Cher as well. No, not quite. Goes too wide.
Oh, yeah.
And that will allow Monkey through.
And JH almost took advantage there too.
Suzuki got past Yuppie. Which, I mean, Yuppie just needs to try and stay as close as possible. Spoolin's dropping back from Ankbank, that's the problem. Yuppie and Alabata both there with no penalties know that there's podiums here. And Oscar gets another 3 seconds.
Deno picking one up as well. That's going to put them both back quite a bit, especially with the pack all bunched up as they are.
Yeah. So Ank's got... He doesn't need to do anything. He can sit behind, stay in the DRS and not risk it.
Let's see, looks like Suzuki going on Spoolin, so Suzuki moving up.
Spoolin goes into the back of him. I don't know what happened there, but Spoolin's gone off. And I'm guessing he might have damage.
It doesn't appear to have anything. Might be okay.
Looks okay, doesn't it? Sometimes you get these ones where it's it's barely even perceptible on the MDF that. But if you speak to Jeff, he does say watch that front wing. So.
Yep.
And Cher gets another 3 seconds as well.
So let's see. It looks like the drivers are really bunched up here from 7 down to 10. We'll see if we can ride on board with JH and get a better picture here.
Well, Tak, I have to tell you, your shout about the mediums was spot on. Ank has been the fastest man on track all day, and Oscar is comfortably keeping him at bay.
Yeah, the medium tire is pretty quick here, I will say.
Well, Ank picks up another 3. He's up to 6 seconds. So it's Yuppies. It's Yuppies to lose at this stage. He's got Alibata for company.
Yeah, and they're going to go back and forth, it looks like. Alibata also has no penalties, so both of them are looking at being a 1-2 right now. And then it looks like almost 6 seconds all the way back, 6 or more, so we would have Yuppie, Alibata, and I believe Ank would then take the third step on the podium there.
Yeah, great drive from Yuppie and Alibata to keep it. I mean, if you look 9-6, 9-6-6, 12, 6-6, 3, 12, 6. For those two to have not picked up a penalty is impressive, very clean.
Yep, they certainly have kept their noses clean through the race. It's paid out well for them. Suzuki, though, your prediction was right. Suzuki did get up there in terms of the on track, just picking up a few too many track limits. Still be a good result, though.
It looks like he should get 5th as things stand. It's too complicated. It needs
And the math is a bit too difficult.
Too difficult on a Sunday, come on.
Alright. So we'll be starting our final lap here with Oscar crossing the line. And Yuppie and Alibata both falling back a little bit, still within Ankbank's penalties, though. That's what I think we're watching here.
It's funny, they don't want to battle because they've got to stay close to make sure that they stay within the penalty range, but they're battling for position on track and ultimately final position, so they're not going to be playing it gently in this lap.
Yeah, it's tough to decide, is that other spot up on the podium going to be worth it? I don't think Alibata is going to be able to contest much. Only has about 13% on the ERS. Yuppie, not much more, but he does have the track position. So I think we're going to see Yuppie take our victory today.
It's difficult to get past in that last sector.
Yeah, definitely.
Deno and JH, wheel to wheel, the teammate. No, they're not teammates. That's Williams and Alpine. Let's hope. Oh, JH gets through.
Oh, Suzuki bowed into the wall right on the front straight.
Doesn't finish.
No, and actually clipped Alibata too there. It was almost disaster for Alibata, who I think maybe was able to avoid damage, but scary for sure. Might need a new set of driver's overalls.
Oh dear. So, Yuppie, congratulations to the man in the Merc. Has driven a great race, kept it clean, stayed out of trouble. Alibata gets second, again, kept it clean, stayed out of trouble. And Ank third.
Yeah, so great drive from Yuppie. Boy, heartbreak for Suzuki there. Did all that effort and for naught.
On the last corner of the race, having come from 20th to 5th, totals the car.
JH taking our driver of the day there. And Yuppie taking the cell phone video. Both the McLarens up there on the podium. Excellent showing from them. They will continue to have their dominance in the Constructors' Championship here with No Aston Martin in sight here in the top 3.
What a great race.
Yeah, full of excitement as we were calling, and you look, the 1-2 on the podium here are the only ones without penalties. So worth noting. I'll take us through the incidents as you take us down the order.
So we have, as I said, our podium, Yuppie, Alabata and Ankbank. Oscar 4, very fast today. Unfortunately, the penalties counted against him. Cheryl Shaft into 5th. Great drive from the Williams man. Monkey 6, Rusty 7. He kept it clean. No, he got 3 seconds, but drove really well. JH 8, 2 Williams in the top 10. Everyone wants to see that. Deno 9, Spoolin 10. Then we have Barenko 11. Suzuki as the last of our DNFs. Suzuki, disgruntled, who was lapped. He didn't DNF, but was lapped. Jesper. And then Mr. Hex, Stevie, Frosty, Tambar, Destroyer, and Grumpy. Unfortunate for Tambar, Destroyer, and Grumpy, who didn't get through the first couple of corners with a bit of a crash there.
No, didn't get much of a chance. Well, we thank you all for tuning in and hanging out with us. Be sure to hang around. Come back in just under half an hour for the Tier 2 race where yours truly will be racing. So we thank you for tuning in, and we hope to see you later.
As TAC is universally known. Thanks for having me, TAC. Great race. Enjoyed that. Congratulations to Yuppie and the other 2 guys on the podium in McLaren. And see you all soon.
Yep. Bye-bye.